We're going to look at finding surface area and volumes of what's called composite solids. We've talked about composite figures before. A composite figure is just something like that. It's a combination of shapes. So in this shape, we have a square and a triangle. That's a composite figure. It's just a combination of shapes. So now we're going to look at composite solids. So in example 1, it wants us to find the surface area of this shape. Let's talk about the cube first. Well, how do we find the surface area of a cube? Pretty good, pretty fast. All right, surface area of this cube. Well, we know the height is 4 and the base is 4. Well, the formula for surface area, remember, is 2 base plus lateral area. Now, if you know surface area, you just know that, okay, it's all the sides added together as well. So I'm going to go with that formula for this one because all we're doing is adding this side plus this side plus this side plus yada yada yada. So we can know that there are generally 6 sides. Okay, 6 sides. And we need to find the area of each of those. So the area of each one is 4 times 4, so 16, 16, yada, yada, yada. So we would normally do 16 times 6. Now I want to pause right here. Now if we solve this way, that's totally fine as well. But I want to pause right here because notice that the top of the cube is not actually on the surface of the composite shape. It's actually within it. So we actually only have 5 sides. So we're going to multiply that 16 times 5 and get 80. So right now the cube is 80, or 5 sides of it at least. Now let's talk about the pyramid. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the pyramid. So we have the height is 5 and the base is 4. Okay. Now, since we are only finding, once again, we don't need that bottom. Okay, we don't need that because it's combined to it's on the inside of the figure. It's not on the outside being part of the area. So all I actually really need is the lateral area of this triangle. So how do we find the lateral area? We can do perimeter times, if you remember for a pyramid, it's actually perimeter times slant height. So the perimeter here would be 4, 8, 12, 16. Perimeter would be 16. Slant height would be 5. We actually don't use the height in a pyramid. We use the slant height. So 16 times 5 there. Also 80. Sorry. It's 1/2 perimeter times slant height. My bad. 1/2 perimeter times slant height. So that's 80. So then we got to divide it by 2. And we get, for this portion, we get 40. So now to find the overall surface area, we simply add 80, we add 40, and we get 120. And our unit is centimeters squared because it is area, so it's centimeters squared. So that is how you do composite figures and finding surface area. Now let's look at volume. In example 2, I'll try to draw this shape as best as possible. Okay. And it gives 3 for all the side lengths. Oh, okay. Find the volume of the solid. Assume the prism cylinders at the right are right, and that the bottom is exactly half of a cylinder. Round to the nearest tenth. Okay? So it told us, try to draw that. All right. There's me trying to draw the shape. Anyways, we're trying to figure out the overall volume here. So what we need to do is find, now volume, that's base times height, yes. Now volume is everything inside. So really we're just going to take the volume of this prism cube and add it to the volume of the hemisphere. So to find the volume of the cube, we are going to do area of base, which would be 9 for the area of base, times the height, which would be 3, so that's 27. Now it said this semicircle is half the distance from here to here, so therefore we would know the radius would be 1.5. So we're going to add this to, so that was base of the cube. Now base of the hemisphere. Okay, it's actually not technically a hemisphere, half a cylinder. Golly, I keep calling that a hemisphere. Base of the half cylinder. Once again, we do volume equals base times height. So my base is pi times 1.5 squared times my height. My height would still be here to here, and that is 3. So I put all that in my calculator, and I find it to be 10.6. So we add those two together and get roughly 37.6, and it is meters, so meters cubed, since we are talking about volume. So that's how you do volume of composite figures.